देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम
Hari Om to all. So we are doing chapter-wise summary. And we are on the 18th chapter, that is Moksha Sanyasa Yoga, liberation through renunciation, where Arjuna has asked two questions. What is the difference between Tyaga and Sannyasa? And what is the Sattva Rajas Tamas of Tyaga, renunciation? Because now he has to get into the war, fight. So Tyaga means renunciation of fruits of actions. There must not be resistance, insistence, anxiety for the fruits of action. And I must focus joyously on what I can do, control the controllables. I must ask one question, what is in my hand, that I will do joyously. So that is Tyaga, what he is suggesting to Arjun, that you do this. And Sannyasa means renunciation of kamya karma, like dislikes. And then he took, after describing sattva rajas tamas of renunciation, 6 topics, so total 7 topics we have covered, of knowledge, action, doer, then buddhi, dhriti, sukham. So a beautiful analysis was done on what is the mood what we have in all these 6 aspects, and the 7th one was Tyaga. So 7 topics were taken in detail. And now Bhagavan is saying is that if you do your duty, then you can get liberated by following this method. Anyone can. Because many people have this doubt, only sannyasis will get liberated. I am a gruhastha. No, I am not able to talk like this. I am not able to, do this. I am not able to read Vedanta so much. So, I am an inferior person. Somebody else is superior. So here Bhagavan is saying that if you understand your nature, very important point, if you understand your swabhava and then do your duty according to your swabhava and nature, you will get liberated. And that is the topic which is the most controversial topic of Hinduism. Maximum problems, maximum questions come on this. There is a lot of degradation of Hinduism happened because of misunderstanding, faulty misinterpretation of caste system. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Now also it is going on. In 21st century, when people are going to Moon and Mars with nuclear weapons, still there is fighting between, still there is degradation because Bhagavad Gita is not ready. It is not problem of Sanatana Dharma or Hinduism. It is the problem of our own Hindu people who are not reading properly Bhagavad Gita or the text and picking up some quote from somewhere and then believing in this. So point number 1 before we go into this topic is that this Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra is not based on birth. राजा का बेटा राजा होना चाहिए, but he is not capable, he is not strong. Brahmin का बेटा ब्राह्मण ही होता है. No. Shudra beta will be Shudra only. And Vaishya person who is born in business family must do business only. Now also people say, no, both of us are engineers, so beta, you also become engineer. No, we both are doctor and there is a dispensary, so you also become a doctor. This is also today, the whole trend is going on without actually assessing what is the nature, what is the temperament of our own children and our own grandchildren. what is their temperament, and they must select the profession as per the temperament. So with this background, we will see how this is so important in our day-to-day life. So the point here Bhagavan is taking is that once we understand Sattva, Rajas, Tamas of Tyaga and Sannyasa, then what remains with us is doing our duty. Our culture actually focuses on doing duty than only focusing on rights. Those people who are miserable in life, those people who are more frustrated and angry, and most of the time irritated, are basically focusing on my rights. I have this right, I have this right, I have this right. Constantly they will complain, I should get this, I should get this. You are supposed to do this, government is supposed to do this, family is supposed to do this. But if you ask them what you are supposed to do, that I will have to think. What I am supposed to do, I must know. So our culture focuses on duty, and this is where I must understand that my duty, suppose it is in line with my swabhava, my nature, my character, then my profession, my family, my job becomes a joyous journey. So Brahman, Kshatriya, Vinsha, Shudranam cha Parantapa. And very important point we must note, Karmani Pravibhaktani. So this is a point we must highlight. If anybody talks about that Brahman ka beta Brahman, Kshatriya ka beta Kshatriya, no, no, no. Karmani Pravibhaktani. Swabhava Prabhavair Gunai. So what does this mean? Is that, hey Parantapa, destroyer of enemy, addressing Arjuna as Kshatriya, you are a Kshatriya here. You are not born in a Brahmin family, and your nature also is like that. Karmani Pravibhaktani means duties are distributed as per. So I must now ask myself that what is the duty I am doing, what is the profession I am into. If you listen to Gurudev's video on this, a person who is interested in music, his parents say, no, 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 there is no money in music, but there is no future in music. You do chartered accountancy, then gone. This person does chartered accountant, and he may earn some money by chartered accountancy, but his heart is not there. I know one chartered accountant who gave up chartered accountancy and started his own music band. And people were laughing at him, you are going and singing in marriage and all. So what? I am getting so much of joy. My heart was there only. So not difficult if we ask right question to ourselves and introspect that what is my temperament? How to know what is my temperament? What is my swabhava? And how swabhava is formed? Swabhava means what? Intrinsic nature of the mind. We have to now pay attention on this subtle psychology, what Bhagavan is mentioning. Tendencies, inclination, when I am sitting alone, when I am nothing to do, what kind of thoughts are coming in my mind? Are they about movie? Are they about travel? Are they about doing some kind of things? And I must go there and find out a profession and find out something where my desires are fulfilled there, because that is my inclination. And that is called as character. Now we have to note very carefully what Bhagavan is saying. That nature, Swabhava, is formed of many lives of sanskara. We get new body when we are having a new birth. From one body to another body, the causal and subtle body both goes. There are three kinds of bodies we have. Gross body, subtle body, causal body. Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharira. So Karana Sharira and Sukshma Sharira goes into the next body. The body is new, but Karan and Sukshma Sharira is same. So the sanskars which have happened on the Karan Sharira and the Sukshma Sharira will remain in the next birth, and they will start manifesting, because Guruji says that initially when all children are born, they look so nice, so cute, so we can hug, and some of them we do not know, some Rakshasas are there. They become big, they become Asuras and Rakshasas. So much of perverted nature they display. animalistic tendencies, from where they are coming? Parents actually wonder that we are not teaching you this, but where this is coming? So they are coming from aneka janma samprapta karma bandha vidayane. So we have to note that our karma is responsible for our swabhava. Karmani pravibhaktani. So what are these gunas, traits, intrinsic qualities, moods, attitude? No person is free from this. So we are born with we are born loaded. For that life, out of 10 fixed deposit, these 3 fixed deposits have matured. So we will only display those. And then today this question's answer must be clear to us. Suddenly I was not interested in spirituality, but suddenly this interest came. From where it came? Previous life. Because these desires got fulfilled, and suddenly my mind now remembered that that last birth, I had read Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, and now I didn't understand much. I understood, but now I want to know more. So I have to actually introspect quietly when my mind is quiet, sitting quietly. I must just sit quietly, closed eyes, not look into WhatsApp, YouTube, Instagram, and then see what kind of thoughts are coming. I will be able to catch what are my inclinations. Because once I know my inclination, then I know what is to be done. And through that, I can get liberated. Swabhava of the mind leads to gunas, mood of the mind leads to karmas, lead to many, many births. So again this cycle goes on. Karmas leads to again swabhava. That swabhava will lead to guna. Guna will create karma. Karma will lead to karma phala. And this cycle will go on. Now there are aptitude tests, 10 standard, 12 standard, there are experts. People go to them and then say, okay, what is my child's aptitude? Whether we should go to engineering, we should go to medical, or he has this cognitive ability or mathematical ability or logical ability. Here, Lord has classified entire humanity into 4. Classification, categorization is a science. Anybody who does any research in botany, first what they do is categorize. If you go to zoology, then they categorize. If you come to chemistry, they categorize. If you come to inorganic chemistry, they categorize. These are elements, periodic table. If you do not know periodic table, chemistry cannot be learned further. If you do not know basic categories of biology, basic categories of zoology, basic categories of finance, no subject can be learned. Please note this sentence. No subject can be learned if I do not know the basic categorization of that particular subject. If I do not know debit, credit, how will I build up? Where to put money in debit side or credit side? So understanding the categorization is a science. It is not some kind of, faith or belief. And here it is very clear science of human personality, human psychology. And today also corporate says that we should give right job to right person. His mind is not there. He has got the skill and experience, but he is not interested in that particular job because his heart goes somewhere else. Person is doing for earning money, but heart is not there. How do you categorize human beings? So now very important point. Human beings in Sanskrit are called as Manushya. Animals are called Pashu. Pashyati iti Pashu. Pashyati means one who only sees and smells and only touch and taste on that basis. That's the reason Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithuna. There are only 4 instinctively animals, insects and all creatures have this knowledge on 4 areas. Ahara, Bhaya, Nidra, Maithuna. What to eat, what not to eat. They clearly know. Nobody teaches a cow that she is a vegetarian. The rat exactly knows what to eat, what not to eat. The crow exactly knows what to eat, what not. They don't eat anything. Tiger exactly knows. Then they know exactly how much time to sleep. Tiger, nocturnal animal, it will not sleep. At night time, bats, they don't sleep at night time. They will wake up. They exactly know how much quota of sleep, ahara nidra, bhaya. All the time, if you observe these animal videos, they will have bhaya all the time. Because everybody has another enemy there. And then Maithuna, they know when to procreate, when not to procreate, what is the age of procreation. And they will only do procreation, Maithuna, only in their category. No dog will do with another animal. They fall. The tiger will not be interested in tigress. The dog will not be interested in another cat. They will have their own category instinctively. But Manushya is Manaha. So the categorization, now very important point, should not happen dependent on the body, dependent on the birth, dependent on the gender. It must be based on Manaha. So this categorization is so beautiful that it is dependent on my quality of the mind. So categorization is on the mind, not on the body, country, religion, color. It has to be based on color of the mind and state of the mind, not color of the skin. Not which country have you are born. There are so many people who are staying abroad. They are highly interested in Vedanta. When we go to so many ashrams, we see there are more foreigners coming because they have this mind of a Vedantic mind when they come to Vedanta for studies. So we are born with our mind. Body is new. Point to note. You suppose I am short tempered right now. Suppose I have some desires. When I will take up next body, the short temperness will not go. Suppose I am conjuice. Suppose I am, I am depressed, sad. No, next birth, my mind will suddenly become very, very cheerful. No, suppose that's the reason they say that never ever do suicide because suicide is done with a sad mind. So next life also the mind will be sad because the same mind, same color of the mind, same mood of the mind goes into the next body. So once we work on the mind, then we can liberate. Liberate from what? Moha, Bhaya, Krodha, Shoka. Four things. Huh? So what is the important point? Karma drives my Swabhava and Swabhava drives my Varna. In earlier Vedic period, this is I have heard from one monk that children used to be sent after their Munja, after their thread ceremony to the Vedic schools, Gurukul. And whose child will come to my place because they used to come after 14, 15 years. You cannot recognize with, Dadi, Moch, and girls also used to go. So, according to the Varna, they used to send. If this person is more thinker, more Upanishadic level, then they will send to that person who is a priest. That way, they used to actually distribute children, and then that particular child will come and suit into that house. Suppose the person is having a shop, then that kind of person would be sent to that particular family who was having business sense. Otherwise, there are many business houses, their children are not interested in business. So if you see if you see on this, there are four categories mentioned. Brahmana category, what is their mind type? Thinkers, planners, contemplative, consultants, teachers type of mind. Kshatriya, administrator, ruler, leader type of mind. Vaishya, business, wealth, profit, creators type of mind. And Shudra, service type of mind. So in today, whatever family I am born, I must see what is the quality of mind. Some people say, no, I will do this seva. But don't ask me to, generate funds. Some people will say, no, I will manage. I will be the administrator. So the person allocates the job in Chinmaya Mission also you see. That if some project is to be taken, we require all four types of mind. We require a person who will visualize, who will create that kind of blueprint, and they will contemplate. Yes, and then some people will only do that, interested in that. Then there will be another type who will be administrator. No, I will only create plan, but I cannot administer, monitor people, manage and give jobs, and be strict with them, be firm with them, get the job done. And then Third type, for any project, what is required? Wealth, resource management. Some people are very good. They will talk to people, they will get the funds, they will get the project going on. And the fourth type, who will do actually the service. So these are service type. Some people may have two qualities, but one is predominant. So now I have to say, check that whenever any Chinmay Mission project comes, when I'm in my office, when I actually go and work, I'm having a job of a Shudra, but basically I'm a Brahmana. I'm basically a service type of person, but now I have to plan. There are some people, no, no, don't, I get bored with planning, talking, discussing. Let us stop discussing and let us do something. So I have to really think. Now, if you see, Krishna for us displayed all four. I'll take one example before I go to Krishna's example. Popular example to know what kind of person I am. Suppose there is a huge bookstore. Thousands and thousands of books are there. Beautiful library. If you go to foreign countries, and earlier we had in Nalanda and all, huge libraries. IIT library, if you go, huge one. So suppose four people enter into that bookstore or library. Suppose I get so excited for reading books, and then I get lost into reading books when morning happens, when evening happens, because so many books. Then I am a Brahman type because my interest is reading, this book, that topic. And another person will go along with him. He will see, what is the administration going on, how the person is monitoring, what are the rules and regulations, how they are actually, managing the whole show. That person must be a Kshatriya. Then the third person will think, okay, such a large library of books, how are they creating profit? So his interest will be how many books you purchase in a day, what is the profit loss margin, how do you charge, what is the fee per month. And the fourth type will go in the library and see, okay, this cover is not there, here a lot of dust is there, this is not kept properly, so let us do that. So that particular type is Shudra. So now I have to check myself, get what is my type, because if I don't recognize my type, my life is going to be miserable, sorrowful, frustrating, irritating, because my swabhava, my intrinsic nature is X, but I am into a family, I am into a job, I am into a business which is not suiting my personality. So Krishna, Lord Krishna, born to Vasudev Devaki Nandana, Kshatriya. We all know Kausa was his mama, so they were born in Kshatriya family. Krishna, but brought up by whom? Nandan, Yashodhara Putra, Vaishya, because he had a very big business in that town of milk. Then Krishna, teacher of Arjun, Brahmin, and Krishna served as a charioteer, Kshudra. So he displayed all four. When the duty is to be done, whatever is the duty, you just do that duty and then you excel and get liberated. Because once I do my duty as per my temperament, it doesn't remain a duty. It doesn't remain a task. It doesn't remain a work for me. It becomes a joyous process. That is very important. That becomes meditation. So now we are going to see here Lord has given Brahmana 9 qualities. Some people say, no, no, I'm a Brahmin. There is a lot of pride in that. But suppose I must check now whether these 9 qualities are there in me, whether I display. And suppose I have a doubt, I can ask my family members and friends and neighbors. They will tell exact truth. Kshatriya 7 qualities are given. Vaishya 3 qualities and Shudra only 1 quality given. So what are the 9 qualities? Suppose, so from today, don't think which family I am born. Just think how many qualities I have, which qualities I have, and then I can decide what is my Varna. Varna means color. Color of what? Mind. So that is very, very, very clear definition of Varna and caste. And this will exactly is a beautiful analysis how to deal and transact on this stage, world stage, with things and beings in different situation in all relationships. Because my nature is like that. My intrinsic inclination is like that. My swabhava is like that. And I must not criticize others because their swabhava is different. That's the reason those people who are interested in spirituality, they criticize people who create wealth. Those who are creating wealth, they say you only talk, you don't do anything. And then the Kshatriya comes and says you only talk and you give money, but who will manage? Who will be the Raja? And then says you are a Raja, but then we have to do some kind of work, praja, service. So 9 qualities are there. Shama, Dama, Tapa, Shaucha. We have covered many of them. So we'll just quickly run, but I must check whether I have these qualities. Then I am qualified as a Brahmin. Brahma Karma Swabhavajam. That is very important to know. So though it is mentioned Brahma Karma, the gunas are given here. So what is the first? We know this very, very well. Shama means serenity of mind. I can control my mind from running to the objects of enjoyment. I must clean my mind every day by japa, by puja, by affirmations, and master inner instrument, that is antakarana, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. I must be able to withdraw. Then I am a Brahmin. Dhamma, self-constraint, self-restraint on the senses. Senses are the gateways to contact the world. Stimuli comes from outside and then people get carried away. Gurudev on this gives a commentary and this says that some people's mind is like a public bathroom. Public bathroom is anybody can come there and urinate and public bathroom, then he asks that every person who has even a small house, they don't allow other people to come in your bedroom and walk and go through. You normally have your own bathroom and your own bedroom and your own pillow for you. If you allow 100 people to walk in your bedroom and bathroom and go out, then what will happen to your bathroom and bedroom? In the same way, he says this mind. Now, please note what Gurudev says. This mind is my private bathroom, private bedroom. I must not allow any stimuli to come without my permission. Without my permission, no one has the space. No one can occupy any space in my mind. And what we do, suppose we actually check our mind, clean our mind, we will see there are so many people are occupying space in my mind whom I don't like, whom I hate, who I have anger towards. And those people are occupying maximum space. It is my own mind. So, Dhamma and Shama, Tapa, austerity. Shama and Dhamma conserves energy. Tapa means channelizing the energy towards the higher noble goal. I must ask myself, what is the goal I am striving for? If I am not striving for any goal, my time is wasted in Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, talking. And suppose I ask, what is the whole day I talk, communicate nothing, learn nothing? Because if I have a goal, then I start moving towards the goal. And what is the definition of Papa and Punya according to Gurudev and our Shastra? Papa Punya means any action which is sin. Sin means self-insulting actions. Means those actions which take me away from my goal of life. Those are sin, Papa. Shaucham, purity. We have discussed this. External, internal, purity. And it has 4 categories. Cleanliness, Swachhata, cleanliness, sundarta, beauty, pavitrata. And we have taken example that our house also must be clean. Whatever dress we wear must be clean. We must properly cut our hair. We must groom our body. Internal organs must be kept clean by taking some laxative. Whatever be my age, properly dress. This is about external. And internal, my mind must be beautifully decorated with lot of values. These are the values given. Shanti. Shanti must be my value. Forbearance and forgiveness. No hatred towards anyone. Creates equanimity, freedom from 6 vikars. So kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsara. If these are less, then my mind will be peaceful. Suppose I am thinking that my mind constantly wavers, then either of the 6 are disturbing me. Arjavam, uprightness, straightforwardness in all dealings, fearless, no compromise with my goal of life. no crookedness, thinking, doing, feeling, congruence. There is one person, Harsha, who is writing something, so it is coming on the screen. Three more duties mentioned, which are rules of conduct controlling the spiritual life. Jnanam, knowledge of scriptures I must have. I must have clear distinction between goals in life. School, college, job, family, children, power, fame, money, security, travel, pleasure are goals in life. Goal of life is to liberate from shoka, moha, bhaya, krodha, Paramananda Prapti, Atyantik Dukkha Nivritti. For that, I must have clarity on things. Jagadishwara, Jagata, and Jiva. Who am I? What is this world? And what is the nature of God? That Jnanam gives. And then Jnanam is not only important. Some people, after one text, another text, one Gita, then Upanishad, then again this text, and what next text I should read. So Vedanta and this text and this chanting and this japa and this puja, these are done for what? I must ask one question, that whether I am growing spiritually or no. All these things are tools and means to grow spiritually. If my inner growth is not happening, then all this thing what I am doing, as Swami Advayananji says, that when people come there, he'll say, you are not come to learn Vedanta, but you will learn Vedanta. You are not come to learn chanting, but you will learn chanting. Here you have not learned to do some puja, but you will do puja. But all these things are there for what? Why have you come here to this class on Sunday morning? Not to learn, but you are learning. Not to know Bhagavad Gita, but I am learning. But I have come here for inner growth, inner purity. If that is not happening, all these tools are useless. So, astikyam, pure existence, faith on scriptures, Guru and God. Three things I must have faith. Then if I don't have faith on scriptures, Guru or God, then I must have faith on myself. If I don't have that also, then there is a problem in life. This is with Jnanam, there are two. Inner clarity of knowledge we have already covered. Vijnanam. Vijnanam means inner experience of truth. Wisdom arises out of courage to live the knowledge with faith. So I must practice. I must be interested in experiencing that Atmanubhuti. I must be interested in experiencing the seer than the scenery. I must know that I want to find out the truth and experience it, what Buddha experienced, what Gurudev experienced, what Vivekananda Maharaj was talking, was Ramakrishna Paramahansa. So I must be interested in that experience. So Brahma Karma Swabhava, that is the most important word, that all these things are dependent on my Swabhava and Karma. And a Brahmin is one who is basically interested in learning scriptures, teaching, guiding, advising, counseling, depending upon the situation, will take the weapon in hand and lives on Bhiksha. Bhiksha in the sense the Brahmin is not interested in, you know, many, pleasures of food, but whatever comes, he is happy with that because his goal is not, live to eat. Eating is just for living and surviving. All above look like qualities, but they are mental actions. So I must check out of these 9 qualities, how much do I have? Then I will come in the category of a Brahmin. What are the 7 qualities of a Kshatriya? Administrator, ruler, leader. King's son should become the next king is not based on birth, but following a particular competence. Our name Bharat has come from the Bharat king, and he had 9 sons, but he didn't give anybody Rajya. He went out for searching who is the most eligible one. Suppose you have a business of 1000 crore, whom will you hand over? If you hand over to your own child who is not capable, not having interest, not having the competence, the business will go down. You can see in politics. Just because my mother is, great minister or prime minister, I cannot become that great. I must find out my passion. My interest is photography. I must focus on it. Why should I get into politics? Shauryam, administrator. Suppose I want to become politics, king, become a manager, leader in office, there must be prowess, vigor, consistency in meeting challenges. No one wants to work with a manager or a leader or a boss who is himself or herself covered and gets, you know, scared with challenges. Who wants to work with such kind of people? If you have a leader, the leader must be able to meet challenges squarely. Then people enjoy, no, I will work with this person. Whatever challenge comes, this person is going to take care, I know. Tejam, Kshatriya must have that charisma, role model. Achievement gives admiration, behavior gives respect. So if you see all these leaders have this, charisma. We can see Narendra Modi when he walks, talks. His charisma works. And this God only gives this splendor, charisma to these people. Dhriti, firmness. A leader, administrator must be firm. Not somebody comes and tells me something, I do that. Then another person comes and tell, no, we'll do this. No, we will do this way project. No, we'll do this. We will do that. Constantly changing. No, there has to be one. We have to do this, finish. Whatever comes, we will handle. In spite of obstacles, daksham, prompt, attentive, attention, smart, vigilant, what is happening in the project, in the auditorium. There are some people who are, they come to auditorium to see a movie, but they are very, very attentive what is happening. Judges quickly and correctly, knowing what to do, executing it immediately. So these are all qualities of a leader and manager today. Earlier we used to call of Raja. Yuddhe cha apalayam, not fleeing away from not leaving work incomplete, not leaving away the field when challenges come. Lord Krishna ran away from Kala Nemi, but then he took him to one place and then there he killed. People say, no, Lord Krishna also ran away, but he ran away, he took him to one corner and there he killed because he didn't want to kill him in Mathura itself. Danam, an administrator, a leader, a Raja has to be generous, not conjuice. Thinking of benefit to maximum. Raja's happiness is in the happiness of Praja. A leader is more interested in promotion of his own team. Ishwara Bhava, lordliness, confidence of a leader. And we can see all these qualities just to take example in Shivaji Maharaj. Now, I have not taken this. Guruji only gives all these beautiful examples. Shivaji Maharaj, if you see, all these qualities he was displaying. He had faith. He had a Guru, Ramdas Swami, Tejam. Now also when we see Shivaji Maharaj statue or photo, we feel courageous. So many episodes he displayed. Shahistar Khan's fingers were cut. He went to his own Shahistar Khan's palace. Then Afzal Khan was killed by Vagnaka. Got the idea from Narsimha Avatar. That how Narsimha Avatar killed Hiranyakashipu. Aurangzeb was scared of his name. So much of charisma he had. So one person whom we can think, there are many people, but here Shivaji Maharaj example is taken. So suppose suppose my mental mind, inner swabhava is having this kind of thought pattern, then I am a Kshatriya and accordingly I must take jobs. But suppose I am not, having that prowess, managing challenges and I become a leader or a manager in a corporate world, how will I be successful? Vaishyam, wealth. So we have to little bit distinguish between Kshatriya and Vaishya. Three qualities of Vaishya are given. Krishi, Gauraksha, Vanijam, agriculture, production of grains, fruits, vegetable. In Vedic period, that was the Vaishya. But here, wealth creation. Gauraksham, cattle rearing, production of milk, protection, breeding, no slaughter allowed. Yesterday, Swami Swatmananji told, Mahapapa is Brahmatya, Gohatya. There are many papa, but this is Mahapapa. Vanijam, trade, commerce, business acumen, produce profits with dharma. So we must not criticize, no, but Ambanis are earning so many. Adani. You start some enterprise and start, show some kind of profit and, do some business. Then we will come to know how much acumen is required for wealth creation. It has its own expertise. Creating wealth. And then Swami Swarupananji takes one beautiful life, business in life and business of life. I'm not getting into the story of Kabir Das ji because he used to color the cloth and sell. But he was a Brahmin, he was a realized person. Tukaram Maharaj, took all the crop and while coming back, only 3 sugarcane candies were remaining for his family. All candies were taken away by people. So now Shudra, one quality. Work in a spirit of dedication, service to all, executing what is to be done. Essence, each one serves the society as best as one can with one's own natural inclination, higher or lower. This way society will run smoothly. So earlier Vedic times, earlier period before Mughals came and destroyed our culture, destroyed our scriptures, and we were not understanding what is this scripture talking, and then misinterpretation started because how much literature is available with us? Only 15%. Nalanda, when it was burnt, it was burning for 3 to 6 months. So many books were burnt. What is available with us is very less. And that's the reason misinterpretation started. So earlier society was clearly classified on this and there was prosperity. And that's the reason India GDP was highest and India was one of the best exporters and number 1 country in the world in terms of spiritual wealth and material wealth, prosperity and knowledge, both were there. But when the scriptures were burnt and this misinterpretation started, then there was all this problem started of Shudra, Vaishya, Brahmin, Kshatriya. So when we understand our intrinsic qualities, tendencies, inclinations, we work without anxiety, insistence, resistance, because I don't consider that as work because that is my passion. When my passion becomes profession, there are no holidays required. I don't get tired because a person who is interested in cricket wants to become cricketer. Whole day in 40 degree he can play cricket. A person who is interested in music, whole day he can play and practice flute. So we will just watch one video and I'll just complete this discussion.
The 4 main classification of the human personality as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Men of creative thought, the brain trust of a country, the Brahmana. There's honest leaders, the Kshatriya. The commercial agents, the commercial people, yes. Men of commerce, the Vaishyas. And the labor class, the Shudras. After having expounded these 4 types, due to the differences in the proportion of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas in their personality, and having prescribed for them the appropriate field where they should function in the society, so that it is good for the community as well as for the individual unfoldment of the people. Having expounded that, we must know, how can I, by living my own temperament, I mean, the field which is prescribed for me according to my temperament, how can I spiritually evolve? Because everybody has got a feeling that spiritual life is something abnormal. If everybody is eating 3 times a day, the spiritual student must eat only once. If everybody is sleeping on the bed, you must sleep on the floor. If everybody has got hair on the head, you must shave off. Something unique. On the other hand, Krishna's, in the Bhagavad Gita, he says that normal human being, live your family life in the society, prepare yourself for spiritual unfoldment. How can I, by living in the ordinary world, meeting the usual challenges of life, which is common to all people, how am I to evolve myself? By living your own swadharma. Swadharma, according to your own your own dharma, vasanas and tendencies. By following that, you shall grow. How? Will I not create those vasanas again? The teacher points out that when we are working in the world outside, oriented with ego and selfish desires, vasanas are created. But in case we function in the world outside, rising above ego and selfish desires, surrendering ourselves to Him, with an ideal in front of you, the existing vasanas get exhausted, no new vasanas are created. This is the fundamental concept in Vedanta. Based upon it, Krishna is explaining to Arjuna how by living your own, a life patterned along the line of your own inclination, and living those dharmas, those values of life, you can reach the highest.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari.
This has stopped the recording and Facebook Live.
Thank you, Prasadji.
Hari Om Prasadji, thank you very much. Thank you.
Hari Om Prasadji.
Thank you.
Hari Om.
Thank you.